Hey guys, I'm back with another action figure review, and this time we're going to take a look at the Batman Unlimited Dark Knight Returns Batman. So, I'm a little late picking up this figure, but I did just recently pick him up from Kmart.com with some spare Shop Your Way rewards that I had. They gave me like $6 for free, and I had some others, so I just figured I'd grab them because there weren't any other things I was really looking to get, and the points were going to expire, so why not pick up a pretty cool Batman figure, right? So, let me just show you the package before we get into this. Put him aside for just a second. And so this is from the Batman Unlimited line, so it has the Batman Unlimited packaging. And it does say The Dark Knight Returns Batman, has the really nice shot in the side art, which looks really cool. It does say Batman Unlimited at the top. And then the back has the pretty classic shot of Batman and Robin from the book. And just, you know, it has the read-up. You have the statistics here. And then the read-up up here. You can see that, I think, if you'd like. And then you have some two other figures from the series, Batman Unlimited. They didn't really have waves the same way they did with DCUC figures, but this was the New 52 Shiny Batman and Planet X Batman, which I have reviewed both of these if you would like to go back to my other videos. And yeah, so let's just take a look. So I'm sure many of you have seen reviews of this figure before, you own this figure, but you know, it's just, I'd like to give my take on it. So you're aware that it is built on a Masters of the Universe Classics book, which is pretty cool. Definitely suits the character as opposed to using another standard, seen it a million times, DC Universe Classics book. And so it definitely works for him. He does come with one accessory, which is a batarang, as you can see he's holding. And it's just, you know, just a regular black rubbery batarang. Let's say China. But, you know, nice that he comes with something. Beats, you know, a million other figures that don't come with anything. But, yeah, let me take a look at him up close. So, he's got a decent face sculpt. I mean, he looks like, he looks kind of angry, but not, like, too goofy. I don't know. I think it works. Sorry, I'm just having issues with the lighting. I think that's a little better. I think I prefer this head sculpt to the DC Collectibles or DC Direct one, though that one is more detailed. It's kind of like a really kind of goofy looking face, whereas this one's just, you know, it looks good. It's got the short ears. The bat symbol is only painted on and not sculpted, but it is accurate to the source material. It's, you know, it's the right shape bat symbol. His gloves sculpted fairly well. They have nice wrinkles here, but everything else is just, you know, plain here, and he has very little spikes on the gauntlets. The gray, you know, the gray body is just flat gray, no shading details or anything, highlights. But, you know, it's just what we come to expect from a Mattel Batman figure, other than the fact that it's on a new book. But the belt looks nice. It does have it looks like it has a little bit of shading in it. That, or it's just kind of like a dirty yellow goldish color. But it is sculpted all the way around. And, you know, it's just all the pockets. And this is like a... It's attached to the underoos, which are like all kind of, they're like one piece, but that's kind of separate, but it is glued or pegged in or something to the figure. And then, you know, the rest, you got your boots. Again, nice wrinkle sculpted here, and it comes to a nice point. But otherwise, not too much to say. The cape is really actually quite nice. It looks kind of leathery, like it's, I don't know what it is about this, whatever the rubber they use, but it looks really nice, feels really, really nice. It drapes nicely around. The one thing is that it is quite heavy, this cape. It's very thick and not very pliable, and it is pretty heavy. So there's that. But he's still, you can still stand him because he is on, you know, such a big buck. You don't have too big of an issue. So let me just go through articulation. He has a swivel at the head. He can look down a little bit, but not up really. You can kind of force it because the head does pop right off. But as you can see, it's not it's not on a ball disc, so it doesn't really have much motion. But you could kind of pop it off and then maybe kind of wedge it on to look up a little more. Like if you angle him right at the wrong angle, he's gonna look like he has no head. But if you angle him just right, it might look like he's looking up. Ooh. So yeah, that's the head. The shoulders are, you know, typical ball discs. They go up and down. They would go all the way around, but the cape does hinder that. But they do have a bicep swivel. Single jointed elbows that unfortunately don't get a huge range of motion because this big bulging bicep. So it stops about there. Wrist rotation. Both hands are sculpted open. Looks like he's kind of got loose thumbs up, like hey. So you can hold the battering in either hand. He does have an ab crunch, which seems to be like slightly loose on mine. It's either that or it's just the cape is that heavy that it's kind of making it seem loose, even though it's not. Not 100%. I think it is pretty loose, but again, this cape doesn't help. He does have a waist swivel. The Masters of the Universe are they're ball disc hips, but I think they may be like T-jointed ball discs. They're not. I don't think they're Y-joints, but they're not like T-jointed hips like typical DC-UC figures. So they're a little different. But they function similarly. They got a built-in swivel, so you can kind of kick out to the side and all that stuff. Single jointed knees. They get a little over 90 degrees, I think. So that's fine. And he does have a boot swivel, which is cool. And it's hidden by the sculpting. And then he has hinge at the ankle with, I was going to say slight rocker, but not really. So, yeah, overall a really nice figure. I'm definitely, you know, I mean, I really literally paid nothing for him out of pocket. I just used points. So, worth grabbing, and I would definitely like to get like a horse. I know a lot of people use the Lord of the Rings horse. I would not mind picking one of those up for him, and another one for, I would like to make a custom Mattel-style Carrie Kelly Robin, and, you know, put them both on horses, because for that particular display, because I do also have the DC Collectibles Dark Knight Returns. I have the set, and I know I haven't reviewed that. I do plan to review that in the near future. I don't know why I'd never got to it. But I'm going to show you this one side by side with that Batman, just so you get an idea of how they look comparatively. They're actually about the same size. The DC Collectibles Batman is actually a little bit bigger, which is, you know, normal of Mattel versus DC Collectibles. He's beefier. He's got that kind of older look. He doesn't look quite as smooth and muscled. But yeah, you can see the face sculpts. Sorry. Let me see here. How do I do this? Sorry. There we go. Okay, so yeah, so the Mattel, it looks, you know, I don't know which I like better. They're both really nicely done, but I don't know, I think this one, I think overall DC Collectibles figure is kind of just more accurate to the source material, but this one's a little less goofy old man looking, so it's, you know, it's whichever you like, but I like both of these figures, and I'll definitely be reviewing this coming up. I'll be reviewing the whole set as one review, so keep an eye out for that as well. And I'll just show you this Batman with the Carrie Kelly from that set, since there is no Mattel Carrie Kelly, though, I mean, who knows what might ever happen someday. But yeah, so they could work together if you don't, you know, if you don't want to make a custom Mattel style Carrie Kelly, you can just get this one. They have you can get her single card pretty cheap, and have the more comic accurate colors. and they work fine together, so that's cool. But, you know, you can't spread her legs to get her on a horse if you want to do what I have in mind. So, yes. But yeah, that's about it, guys. So, thank you for watching. This was my review of the Batman Unlimited Dark Knight Returns Batman. Definitely do recommend if you're a fan of Batman or The Dark Knight Returns or both. Even if you do have the DC collectibles, you can do different kind of displays with them. And there you have it. Also, if you only have the DC collectibles set, he's in the blue and gray, and he's black and gray. Unless you want to buy the single carded figure of this guy. But yeah, that's it. So stay tuned for the review I'll be doing of the Dark Knight Returns box set from DC Collectibles. And thanks so much for watching, guys. See you next time.